everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my Astro community. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you guys what costumes you should wear on Halloween based on your zodiac sign. So happy spooky season, and obviously you can watch this video for your sun sign, your Venus sign, or your Mars sign. So just watch what resonates, watch all three of those, just depending on what your birth chart is. Okay, so let's talk about Aries costumes. So for Aries, honestly, I see you guys being like, I see you wearing a costume that has something to do with sports. So maybe you're like a Olympian or you are an athlete. I could see you being like a basketball player, like you just wear like a jersey, or a baseball player, or like a cheerleader, or like what do you call it, like a vampire cheerleader, like a scary version of a cheerleader. I could also see you wearing like a boxer costume. Either way, I see Aries kind of dressing up like in something that shows their body too. I feel like you can wear something like a costume, like a sexy version of a costume, obviously, but something that has to do with sports, maybe like a Power Ranger, even like something that has to do with like action hero, or like an action hero or something like that. I could even see you being something sort of childish, so like I said, maybe like a Power Ranger, some sort of like a childhood action hero or something. But either way, Aries, like Sun, Venus, or Mars, your main theme is like sports or athletes or Olympian, or something having to do with like boxing, anything that has to do with sports overall. I see you dressing up as something like that. Okay, so let's talk about Taurus. So for Taurus, overall, I feel this vibe for you for Halloween. It's like almost like historian, like old-timey type of theme. And what I mean by that for Taurus, like Sun, Venus, or Mars, I can see you dressing up as like a Victorian theme. I'll put some pictures on the screen, of course. Maybe like a character from Hamilton, if you guys have seen that play. Something that's like old, like antiquated, like Marie Antoinette, some type of figure in history. Like I could see you also being like George Washington or Abraham Lincoln or something like that, something Victorian themed, something kind of old themed. I could also see you dressing up as like your favorite movie character, or whatever your favorite movie is. Maybe if it's like a ancient movie or like an old movie, you want to dress up as that. Like I could see some girls dressing up as Titanic, like the girl from Titanic. Like I said, Marie Antoinette. I also see you dressing up as a flapper, so like a 20s, like the Roaring 20s type of theme with like the flapper dress, the flapper head thing. Anything sort of like old-timey, like maybe 50s, 20s, 30s, 40s, things like that. Maybe even older, like I said, with like that Victorian theme with like a big dress or some type of thing like that, or like a dusty gray wig. And then of course you could be like an old president too. I could definitely see like a guy dressing up as like Abraham Lincoln. So yeah, that's overall like the theme I see for Taurus, is like this old theme, this theme where it might be based on movies too. I could see you dressing up as Great Gatsby, like something from Great Gatsby, like Daisy or Gatsby himself, anything like that. Taurus definitely can kill it in that costume. Okay, so let's talk about Gemini. So obviously for Gemini, honestly, this one is kind of hard for me to think about, but I really see Geminis dressing up as a meme. So I'll put some memes on the screen because I mean, I can't really know what to call them off of my head, but I see them dressing up as a meme. I could see you dressing up as like SpongeBob or Patrick, or a SpongeBob and Patrick meme. And then also for Geminis, I feel like you're the type to wear that costume that's like a nerd costume. So you could dress up as a nerd, wear like suspenders or like glasses. Overall, I just see Geminis being a meme for some reason. Like I could see you being like Salt Bae, like that meme. Or for Geminis, I could see you guys being a clown, or the Joker. Something sort of funny, something sort of like not too serious or too sexy. I feel like Geminis would dress up as something really funny, something that can really start a conversation if they go to a Halloween party. Okay, so let's talk about Cancer Halloween costumes. Okay, so for Cancer, right away, I feel like you guys will dress up as something from childhood. Like, I could definitely see you dressing up as like your favorite Disney princess, maybe like Cinderella or Belle or Snow White, maybe even like Princess and the Frog. And honestly, I see Cancers just wearing the same like costume they wore the year before. Like I said, there's this kind of like repetitive theme with like Cancer Halloween costumes. So maybe you wear like a nostalgic nostalgic Halloween costume that reminds you of childhood or something you worn before. You could also see Cancers being like Wednesday Addams, like that girl from the Addams Family. I'll put a picture on the screen. I can also see you being like Cruella de Vil. I feel like Cancer can go one of a few ways, where it's like you dress up as sort of like a villain, you might dress up sort of emo, or you might dress up sort of like I said, something from the past, like a Disney princess, or something from like childhood, or like a childhood cartoon you really like. And like I said, with the whole villain theme, I see you being like a Cruella de Vil type of villain. Like I said, Wednesday Addams, sort of like that emo sort of vibe. Either way, I see like this theme of childhood, nostalgia, maybe a villain of some sort, not like a super scary villain, but like sort of like an evil type of character or archetype. And then lastly, something sort of emo or dark. Okay, so let's talk about Leo Halloween costumes. Okay, so Leo, right away, we already know you guys are gonna dress up as like a celebrity. And it's so funny, I feel like Leos are most likely to dress up as Rihanna, like some sort of Rihanna costume. Like when Rihanna wore like that big heart-shaped jacket, I think it was like from like Balenciaga or something, or when she wore the Swarovski crystal dress. And of course, Leos I feel like are most likely to dress up as Beyonce, so maybe one of Beyonce's costumes, maybe that lemonade outfit with the bat and the like ruffles. And overall, I see Leos being really extra on Halloween, like they're always extra, but like this is their chance to like dress up as like a celebrity type of extra. So any celebrity I see dressing up as, maybe J-Lo, or some type of celebrity where they wear costumes and it'll be noticeable when you dress up as them. So like Rihanna, Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, anyone like that. Also, I could see you being like a Victoria's Secret angel. So like I said, something extra, something where it's like literally a costume, not just like some thrown together thing. Like literally something you put a lot of effort into. Because I see Leos just like playing a role for the night. So it's like they'll dress up as Beyonce and probably try to act like her too. Or dress up like Rihanna and try to act like her too. I could also see you dressing up as like you know when like you go to Carnival and they have like the big wings and headpieces, like I could just see Leos dressing up as that for Halloween. Like anything with feathers, I feel like Leo will gravitate towards. So something with an extra like statement piece on the head or wings or anything like that. And overall, the theme for Leos for costumes, I would say, is definitely celebrities, anything extra, theatrical, anything with like that involves like a major costume, something with glitter, something with feathers, something very statement worthy. Okay, so let's talk about Halloween costumes for Virgo. So Virgo, I definitely feel like Virgos keep it kind of simple on Halloween. I think Virgos generally have this reputation where it's like they seem really innocent and kind of like mousy, or sort of like, I don't know, they're not too like ostentatious on a regular basis, but I feel like a lot of them have an alter ego. So on Halloween, you might dress up as your alter ego. I can definitely see Virgos dressing up as like a vampire or a witch or something really sleek and like seductive almost. Like it's not like a Leo costume that's super extra. I could see you dressing up as like Hermione, but like a sexy version, or like maybe as like a school teacher, or like I said, a vampire. I definitely feel like Virgos would have like a sexier costume, because like I said, it's kind of like their alter ego night. It's not really like who they are, but and I think their alter ego is more sexual than they appear. And then I can also see Virgos dressing up as like a witch, some sort of witch, vampire, wearing some sort of like long black dress or something. I could just see Virgos wearing black on Halloween. I can also see you dressing up as like Avatar, like the movie with the blue people. Or you can dress up as like that X-Men girl with like the latex bodysuit and she had like blue skin. Or you can be like Catwoman too. Either way, I see Virgos in some sort of like sleek, sexy costume. Maybe something with latex, maybe like a witch, vampire, Avatar, or anything like that. Okay, so let's talk about Libra Halloween costumes. Okay, so for Libras, I definitely see you guys dressing up as like Regina George, maybe a character from Mean Girls, some sort of outfit like that, maybe like the Thank You Next video. I could see maybe Ariana Grande too. I can definitely see Libras dressing up as like an angel too, maybe a VS angel, but overall I definitely see Libras being an angel. Maybe you dress up as someone from the movie Clueless. And I can also see you dressing up as like a judge or something, like some sort of like if you had like a big robe and then like that gray hair. I could see you dressing up as a judge. And like maybe you have like your little gavel and like glasses or something. But yeah, overall I do see kind of like this preppy theme with you. So like maybe Clueless, maybe Mean Girls, definitely an angel, and then a judge as well are the main themes I kind of see for Libra costumes. Okay, so let's talk about Scorpio Halloween costumes. So Scorpios, of course, this is Scorpio season we're talking about here. I feel like Scorpios are definitely the type to dress up as something like horrifying. I think most people would like kind of like play around by dressing up, but I feel like Scorpios will definitely make a horrifying theme to whatever costume they have. So I could see you being like a character from a horror movie. I could see you being a vampire, maybe a skeleton, maybe a ghost. Anything with fake blood, I think Scorpios will definitely bring out their fake blood this Halloween. I also see you being like a murderer from like a murder movie. I could see you being, what's like Freddy and Jason or whatever that movie is, maybe Chucky or anything like that, any famous sort of murderer. I could see Scorpios being like Ted Bundy, I don't know, something weird like that. And I think I said vampire already. I could see, oh my god, I could see Scorpios being Dracula for Halloween or like Frankenstein. But any costume you have, you're gonna put like this creepy, horrifying theme on it. You're gonna add some fake blood. Maybe you might have a knife, a mask. Scorpios are definitely gonna bring the horror to Halloween this year. Okay, so let's talk about Sagittarius Halloween costumes. So Sagittarius, right away, I see you guys dressing up as some sort of action hero. Potentially you dress up as like a Marvel character or a DC character. I could see you dressing up as like Iron Man, Doctor Strange, maybe something from Black Panther. And it's funny, I put in my notes, I could definitely see that Sagittarius dress up as Harley Quinn or like the Joker, and potentially even like Wonder Woman too. Overall, I feel like, I don't know, maybe even Captain America. I feel like Sagittarius will dress up as something where they have some sort of prop, like maybe a shield or a gun or a arch, like archery or something. I think there's some specific superhero that has like an arch. Am I saying it right? Like an archery? Like, comment down below if there's like a superhero with that specific weapon. But either way, I see you being some sort of hero. I think that's definitely like up Sagittarius's alley. And something that involves wearing a costume that is like a superhero costume. I definitely feel like Sagittarius will wear like a literal costume. Like they wouldn't make a costume themselves. I feel like Sagittarius would buy like some literal costume of whatever superhero they do like. And also I can see you guys being Superman too. So either way, there's like this huge like action hero theme going on, so you guys can choose and pick from that, but I definitely see that as your main theme. Okay, so let's talk about Capricorn Halloween costumes. So with Capricorn, I definitely see you guys dressing up as some sort of boss, something that might be like a villain character too. I definitely see Capricorns dressing up as the devil. I feel like the devil archetype is one that like Capricorns can resonate with, or I feel like Capricorns in general have like an alter ego where they feel like it's like that devil archetype. So on Halloween, I feel like Capricorns will definitely dress up as some sort of devil. I know like Aaliyah J did like a really cool devil costume on her channel. I'll put a picture of it if I can find it on the screen, but I can definitely see like Capricorn girls dressing up like this. But it doesn't have to be like literally the devil, but it can just be like a rendition of the devil, if that makes sense. Like you're a sexy devil, or you just like wear like red and like have a, what is it, like a trident? But either way, I do see like that devil theme, maybe like a villain, some sort of evil boss character. There's like someone I'm thinking of, like if you guys have seen like the movie Wolf of Wall Street, I could see you dressing up as something like that, like someone in a suit, maybe like Men in Black. I don't know, I feel like there's a specific character I'm thinking about that's like an evil boss. It's not like a, I don't know, it's not like a horrifying thing, but it's just like an evil boss type of character. And then also in terms of like animals, if you're not into like super like dark stuff like that, you can dress up as like a deer or a goat. I think I really see Capricorns dressing up as like that deer makeup or like that goat I don't know if you could dress up as like a goat makeup, have horns, something with horns. I definitely see Capricorn dressing up as something with horns, like I said, the devil or a goat. And then I can also see Capricorns dressing up as like an army person, like having that army theme, like an army brat, or something like maybe like a sexy version of that if you want. Like those cute little like jumpsuits with like the long sleeves and then the holster for the gun on the side, like on the thigh, would be really cute. Maybe like some sort of SWAT team like costume. So overall, the main themes for Capricorn I see is definitely like some sort of evil boss archetype, maybe like a boss archetype in general, devil character, maybe like an evil boss, evil person, I don't know, something with horns, a goat, a deer, maybe army person too. Or maybe like a sergeant or a general, maybe like a Forrest Gump character. Or maybe you dress up as like the literal devil for Halloween. Okay, so let's talk about Aquarius Halloween costumes. So for Aquarius, I feel like you'll dress up as anything having to do with sci-fi. And of course, I definitely feel like Aquarius are the main ones to dress up as like an alien. I've seen so many alien costumes before. Like there's like super cute ones, like sexier versions. Maybe you dress up as like a literal alien with like really realistic makeup or like a mask. Or maybe you even paint yourself green or paint your, you know, hair green. But when it comes to the sci-fi theme, I could see you dressing up as a character from like a sci-fi film or show. So you can be like 11 from Stranger Things. Maybe you dress up as a Star Wars character. I don't know the names, but like one of those characters. Maybe you dress up as a Ghostbusters character. Either way, I definitely see a theme of sci-fi going on here. Maybe like a Star Trek character. Maybe even like an astronaut, or like I said, there's like this alien theme, outer space theme present, so maybe like an astronaut, anything like that. Okay, so let's talk about Pisces Halloween costumes. So for Pisces, I definitely see your costumes going one of a few ways. The first way I see is definitely like some sort of mermaid, some sort of mystical person, maybe like a belly dancer or something like that that's kind of mystical, or some sort of like fantasy. I could see Pisces dressing up as like, I don't know if you guys have seen Aquaman and the girl from that movie. Is she like Aqua Girl? I don't know, but like something like that where it's like that mystical type of vibe. And then the other way I see Pisces going is definitely like something from like Clueless or Gossip Girl, maybe Mean Girls, like that preppy kind of dress up look. I can also see you dressing up as like a Spice Girl, so anything like that where it's like that, I almost see like this 90s preppy girly type of vibe. So maybe you dress up as like a Barbie too or something like that. And oh my gosh, I definitely see Pisces dressing up as Daria or like a character from that movie. I'll put a picture of it on the screen. But again, there's like this huge like 90s preppy mini skirt vibe. Like I said, maybe even Gossip Girl too. And then the other major theme I mentioned was like this mystical, maybe mermaid type of vibe. I can also see you being like Poison Ivy. I think Rihanna dressed up as that once. I definitely see like that whole vibe, like Rihanna's costumes vibe for Pisces this year. Okay guys, so go ahead and comment down below your costume ideas, what you're planning on. If you want to keep it a secret, comment down below any suggestions you have for other signs. Give this video a thumbs up and I'll see you guys in my next video.